Welcome to TED Talk. Okay, so I just want to warm up a little bit before I start the presentation. Does anyone of you have eaten breakfast? Eating breakfast? Only you? Okay, so we got some similarities. So let's start with the presentation a little bit this morning. Anyway, my presentation will start in 3, 2, 1. You are the most productive person I have ever met. Who doesn't like to hear that sentence, right? Me too. I want to be that kind of productive person. For me, productive people are who usually have basic habits like reading a lot of books, doing daily exercises, or eating healthily. So learning from the best sounds like a good strategy. And I've learned from this guy, Ali Apple. He's the most productive person you can ever see on YouTube. He did a lot of content related to productivity, but what surprised me most was this: how to read 1,000 books a year. Seriously, 1,000 books a year? But after watching this video, I realized that it is a clickbait. He fooled us. But anyway, since I was too impressed with him, I decided to begin my journey with reading. So one day, I told myself that during the semester break, I told myself that, hey, let's start reading a book. Let's start my journey of greatness with reading books. So I was very excited indeed. I aimed to complete a 300-page book in maybe less than a week. Oops. You know, I think that I can have more than 30 references in my essay. How can I not finish 40, 50 pages a day? Easy peasy. But let me tell you the result. The reality did not support me. After reading for a few pages, I ended up doing my favorite activity, playing games. I felt exhausted, very tired when I just read 100 pages in I'm not tired, but I just read only 5 pages. So the first attempt failed, but after playing games for a while, I was truly tired now. Then I sat back, closed my tiny eyes and thought, why don't we just turn all the goals in life into something as fascinating, as interesting as playing games? You cannot refuse to play games. So, in fact, games require not less of our brain's energy. They are also challenging too. Sometimes I get losing on matches, but still playing because the activity is attractive and appealing to some. But to be more spiritual, it is addictive. We know that games can make us distract from the main job and make us feel tired. So why do we choose to do so? Why do we choose to play games instead of reading books? In my case, I am Huynh, a second-year student at TEDxSwinburneVietNamDanang, and I am extremely curious about the power of gamification. And let's dig deeper into the game that I played during my procrastination mood. It is Astronaut. Does anyone in this room know this game? A lot of people. I believe that you used to be procrastinating like me too. Anyway, bear with me. So, first of all, when you click that little play, you can see that they show you the overall plan, including each milestone for you to complete the game. Let's take an example. For example, if I want to get from level 1 to 5, I have to pass level 2, 3, and 4, right? By doing this math or getting that title, blah, blah, blah. Back to our situation. When we want to make a big change, we always like a plan. We jump right in, making a big move instead of small, gradual, continuous changes. No wonder why in my first attempt and with books I failed that first time. So this game, you can see that it is very clear and manageable. Show us how to complete a game. So the second interesting thing about gaming is that although I can play for a little amount of time, but I still get a sense of accomplishment. For example, upgrade cards. You don't need to play anything to actually get the reward. You just need to go to the garage, upgrade your cars. That's it. How easy is that? So games are designed with the mindset of playing something is better than playing nothing. As a matter of fact, I can play for a little amount of time, but actually I still did something, and I don't feel guilty about it. This is the key differentiation between playing games and reading books that make gamers go crazy about. Play from the easiest to hardest level without any hesitation at all, without any boredom at all. So, back to us. If we know reading books is good, I think we all know reading books is good. Or I mean, extremely good for the future. But the problem is the future. The future that we have to wait for a long period of time to actually get that good results. So if you know that change is essential, why don't we find the sweet spot? The sweet spot by applying the positive side, the concept of gamification. Apply it into accomplish the needed challenges. Boom! You get the formula from what we have discussed. To make any change easier, remember that make it clear, make it manageable, and get a sense of accomplishment. So there are two mindsets that I want all of us to apply while making a change. First of all, be kind to ourselves. When you read a book for the first time, don't make it too hard for us. Don't be like me, think that I can complete 50 pages per day without any plan. I think I can do it, but actually I cannot do it. Although I do know that I cannot do it, but I still do it. So be kind to ourselves. Apply the mindset of gamification. Doing something is better than doing nothing, because the habit formation is hard. And also, stay down with a clear plan and a clear milestone to accomplish the plan. Moreover, I want to account the worst scenario that can ever happen to our life. Some will say that if I suffer from burnout, that is the worst thing that can happen to my life. Only it is a breakup. In fact, it will be another one. That is my worst scenario in life. So, will I still need to try to put an extra discipline of mind to do my thing? Like, I will try to make 20 pages instead of 10. No, stop it right there. If you do not read 10 pages per day, then 1 page is okay. Keep up the momentum. Doing something is better than doing nothing. The second mindset is that be generous to ourselves. We are human beings. We are vulnerable and lazy human beings who will say it sometimes, right? We have to admit it. So, for me, after reading 10 pages, which is also my goal right now, not 50 anymore, I will give myself a treat, a yogurt twice. That is my favorite dessert. But if I can eat it anytime, anywhere I want, it's too simple. We see that we can literally combine what we love and what we want to do in life together. It's called the unexpected method. And actually, I stole it from the Atomic Habits book. I highly recommend it. Anyway. So, in the end, you can see that the changing process is already hard. fluctuates a lot, right? So, but I want to say that every action affects and accumulates to the final result. Doing a thing or things is a positive number. Doing nothing is a neutral number. But be careful of that neutral number. Why? Because it can seem to be harmless at first, but when time passes, while the work keeps improving, but not staying steady, maintains, then the negative result will appear. And vice versa. Positive numbers accumulate too. Positive numbers in the long run can turn into a remarkable change to ourselves with tiny habits that we form every day, every time, now, in the past, in the future, forever. It will also have a significant effect on ourselves to build a better version of ourselves. So, let's make every good change into a positive number game starting from today? No, right now. Thank you.